The fabrication of pizzas is pretty straightforward. The first thing you start with is you have to have your foundation, which is a nice dough. So we make our dough, it's a sourdough recipe. It's basically like our sourdough baguette, but made drier and a little bit more stretchy so that you can work it and spin it. The doughs are then put into buckets. They're brought over to the rolling table where we cut the dough into a measured amount, and then each amount is rolled into a ball and then set on a tray to rest and develop more of that sourdough character. Then after you've done hundreds of those balls, you go back to the beginning and you take those balls and you pat them out and then you spin them into a disc. Then we put the ingredients on it, build the pizza. We use a custom-made mozzarella from the Central Valley from a cooperative there, and fresh produce for our flavor of the day. And then we use a flavor cheese to impart a little extra character and flash to the recipe. And then you bake those pizzas for about 15 minutes each and run them out the door. We only make one kind each day. And that's a key part of our business model. The reason is because we buy our produce for one day only, which means it's at peak freshness, and we buy in quantity, and so we get a very nice price. So it's cost effective for us, and it's also delicious effective for the customers. It also allows us to make a lot of pizzas, and by making a lot of pizzas, we manage to maintain this culture here where everybody makes a decent wage, and we can support a number of people working in this environment here. The sliver is certainly one of our trademark things. The inception of the sliver really is because a lot of people have trouble with geometry. You wouldn't think math was such a big deal in pizza scene, but cutting the pizza into equal slices is difficult for some people. When people were having trouble with that, one of the solutions in the beginning was like, well, let's just put an extra little slice on them. And there's a long tradition actually in food. You may know about the baker's dozen and donuts and stuff like that. And it's just the gift from the food provider, a little extra, a little something for you. And we just thought, you know, that's what we should do. Everybody should get a little extra. Music plays a tremendous role in the Cheeseboard. So we have a program here where we're open 5 days a week, lunch and dinner, and each time we're open, that's 10 slots a week, we have a different band, and we encompass all kinds of styles. We've got some kind of folk stuff, we got some country western, we got a lot of blues, we've got some jazz. What I always tell the bands when I am bringing in a new band and they say, what do you want here? I say, well, I want you to make sure that you keep it quiet enough that we can hear the customers and they can have a conversation if they want, but loud enough so that everybody in line is moving. Please keep them moving. If I don't see a wiggle in the customers, you are not doing your job. The musicians, we don't get them rich, but we help them pay the rent. And in last year, we put about $120,000, a little more than that, in the pockets of local musicians. So it works very well for them, and it just brings a tremendous amount of life to the place here.